Thank you, Mr. President. I would be quite remiss and I'd be less of a man and I wouldn't be true to the service if I did not stand up and speak of the incredible deeds of this Medal of Honor winner. I want to thank Senator Ort and others for bringing this before us. We absolutely must never forget what is really happening over there. Now, one of the reasons why that there's only one Medal of Honor winner, he's around, is because most of the times you don't live to get your Medal of Honor. You simply don't live. You get it after the fact because you've done some amazing stuff for others and you simply don't live to talk of it. Now, as a Marine grunt, as an infantryman, the most horrifying, terrifying thing that you could do is house to house. The only thing more dangerous, perhaps, is to be a tunnel rat, but that's a different story. House to house is close quarters. You can't call the helicopters. You can't call the planes, the submarines. You can't call anything. All you hope for is the person right next to you. And you really get to know folk under those conditions. Because if they move away, if somebody doesn't hold their end up, everybody dies. If one person breaks and runs, everybody goes. And the most natural thing for you to do is to run. It's natural to have fear and to run. These are not supermen or superwomen. These are your sons and daughters just doing what they're supposed to do under those conditions. And you see amazing things happen. The best of America comes out in a time like that, where a person can stay there when everybody is fleeing and they're staying to make sure everybody gets out. Then they're going further inside to make sure there's no danger to the others. If you stop and think of this, you're not going to do it. You're relying on muscle memory. You're relying on this is what you've been trained to do, this is right, this is what we're going to do. And America will be free as long as you produce people like the staff sergeant. As long as you can produce people who say, you know what, there are things more important than life. There are things more important than me getting hurt or crippled and all the rest of that stuff. There's things called honor and duty. And he did his honor, and as so many do theirs. We won't hear about the majority, and you know what? We're not supposed to. They're doing their job. At their best, they're not doing it because they want you to read about it. They don't want you to see it, a second Rambo or any of that other stuff. They just want, this is what they've been sent to do. This is what they do. This is one of the reasons why we have to think twice before we put America's treasure into harm's way. But if we do it, if we say this is where it needs to go, then we need to support them. We need to give them everything they need to be successful, to bring home the victory. So I, again, wouldn't have been much of a Marine if I didn't stand up and talk of a Medal of Honor winner. That's, for us, that you cleared a path for a person like that. You're honored to go buy them a drink or to carry their bag or whatever. Medal of Honor winner is something that you really, please understand what that means, that these folk are, I mean, that's almost like America walking. Well, I could go on, but I'm touched. I'm really glad that you were kind enough, you guys were kind enough to say something about an incredible American. Please take my word to him. My hat's off. If I had a hat, it would be off. Hardcore. Thank you. In English, thank you, Mr. President.